Hey,
What's up
what's up
YouTube? In
YouTube?
this
In today's
video,
video,
I'll be
we'll be
showing you how
building a
to make.
Hatsune Miku statue,
He's
and
going
she'll
to end
end
up
up looking
looking
up
a
a little
little
bit
something
like
like
this.
this.
Look at her go. Isn't she
Doesn't he look
fantastic?
fantastic?
If you want to make her, here's what you need. One cyan concrete, one cyan wool, white terracotta, light gray terracotta, white wool, light gray wool, light blue concrete, light blue wool, black wool, yellow concrete, and a magenta concrete. Once you have your blocks and have figured out where you want to build her, you're going to want to put these blocks in this sequence. 3 light blue wool, 2 cyan wool, 3 light blue wool. Once you finish that row, you're going to want to complete this row with black. Going up to the third row, you're going to want to place 6 blocks upwards up the row. I have no idea if I did that. I did. Okay. Now, what you're going to want to do is fill in 2 of these rows with gray clay. Once you finish with that row, place 1 gray wool, place 2 light blue wool, place 2 light wool, and 1 gray wool. And now just finish out this section with gray wool. Once you're finished with that row, you're going to want to start at the left here with a light blue wool, a cyan wool, and a light blue wool, and finish it with cyan in the middle, and then repeat the steps from before with a light blue wool, cyan wool, and a light blue wool. Now in the middle here, you're going to want to put a light gray terracotta, and continuing on here, white terracotta. At the left here, we'll put one white terracotta, and put 2, 4, and 6. Wait. 6, and end it off with white terracotta. At the edge here, we put 1 light gray terracotta, 1 cyan wool terracotta, cyan wool for now, light blue wool, cyan wool for now, and another cyan wool, and put a light gray terracotta at the end. After finishing that row, we're going to want to start with a light blue wool, gray wool, black wool, 2 more gray wool, black wool, and a gray wool, ending off with a light blue wool. After you've finished with this row, we can actually start with the hands, and after we've finished with the torso, we can start working on them later. So what you want to do is put a cyan wool, a light blue wool, and a cyan concrete. Now repeat this on the other side. 1 light blue, never mind, I lied. 1 cyan wool, light blue wool, and a cyan concrete. After finishing that, place 1 black wool and cover everything with gray wool and leave off the end with a black wool. After you're finished off at this row, you're going to want to put a light gray wool on top. This time a yellow concrete. Fill it out with gray wool. Then put a yellow concrete and gray wool. Starting with the next row, we're going to want to put a black wool, gray wool, and 1 black wool. Starting off the next row with another 1 black wool, this time a light gray wool, 1 white wool, 1 light blue wool, a couple of white wool, 1 light gray wool, and 1 black wool. Starting off the next row, we're going to need 1 light gray wool, 2 light wool, cyan wool, 2 light wool, 3 light wool, and 1 light gray wool. Starting off the next row with another light gray, more white, another light blue wool.
Actually put 1 light blue wool here because I'm an idiot. Ho ho ho!
More white wool. Nope, this time a light gray wool. Starting off this time with the 2 light gray wool, 1 wool, cyan wool, light blue wool, 2 white wools, and a light gray wool. Starting off the next row, we're gonna have 1 light gray wool, 2 white wool, 2 light blue wool, and 3 white wool. After you're finished with that row, you're gonna want to start off with 3 white wool, 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 white wool, and 2 yellow concrete. After you're finished with that row, you're gonna start it off with 1 light gray terracotta, 1 white wool, 1 light gray wool, 2 cyan wool, 1 light gray wool, and 1 white wool with light gray terracotta. Now we're off to the last row with 1 white terracotta, 2 light gray wool, 2 more light gray terracotta, 2 more light gray wool, and 1 white terracotta. That's it for the torso. You can start off with the hands now. Starting off with Miku's left hand, we're going to start with 1 cyan wool, 1 white wool, and 1 cyan concrete. Starting off with the next row, we have 1 light wool, 1 white wool, and 1 gray wool. Onto the next row, we start with 1 cyan wool, 1 white wool, and 1 light blue wool. Starting off with the next row, we're going to start with 1 gray wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 white wool. Starting off with the next row, 2 gray wool, and 1 light blue wool. With the next row, 1 gray wool, 1 cyan wool, and 1 black wool. Off to the next row, we start off with 1 cyan wool, 1 gray wool, and 1 black wool. Oh god, don't thunder. Oh. We start off with 1 light wool, 1 cyan wool, and 1 light wool. Off to the next row with all light terracotta. Off to the next row, 2 white terracotta, and 1 light terracotta. And 1 more white terracotta, and 1 more light gray terracotta. And that's left arm Miku's finished. And what you just want to do here on the right arm is just pretty much repeat everything, just inverse of it.
Stay watching, every day clocking, red alert on the dangerous, I keep that clock.
Okay, now after we're finished with that, we can actually go to the back of Miku. Just place 3 more blocks of light blue. Now we're just gonna wanna copy what's in front of us, basically. Off to the next row with black wool. Now do the same thing with 6 wool. And you don't actually have to put in the blue dye for the back part of Miku. You can just fill in that in with the light gray wool, or with gray wool.
on the dangerous, I keep that clock. And I ain't looking for no trouble, I'm just looking out for you, cause all I did shit, the niggas ain't talking about no back.
Once you're finished with that, you're gonna want to copy this. Holy. Starting off this row, this will actually be different. So start off with 1 white terracotta, 1 cyan concrete, 1 white terracotta, and 2 light gray terracotta, with 1 white terracotta, 1 cyan concrete, and 1 white terracotta. For this row, 1 cyan wool, 1 white terracotta, and the rest with light terracotta, 1 white terracotta, and 1 cyan wool. One cyan wool. Starting off with this row, start with 2 cyan wools, 1 cyan concrete, 2 light blue wool, and 1 cyan concrete, 1 cyan wool, and 1 cyan wool as well. After that, put 1 cyan wool, 1 cyan concrete, 1 black wool, 2 gray wool, 1 black wool, 1 cyan concrete, and 1 light blue wool. Change that to 1 cyan wool. After that row, place 1 light blue wool, 1 cyan wool, 1 black wool, 2 gray wool, 1 black wool, 1 cyan wool, and 1 light blue wool. Now just repeat this. Off to the next row, starting off with 1 light blue wool, another light blue wool, 4 gray wool, 1 light blue wool, and another 1 light blue wool. After that row is finished, put 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool, 4 light gray wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 cyan wool. Now put 1 light gray wool, 1 light blue wool, put 4 white wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 light gray wool. After that, put 1 cyan concrete, 1 light blue wool, 4 white wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 cyan concrete. After that, put another cyan concrete, 1 light blue wool, 4 white wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 cyan concrete. After that, put 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool, and 4 white wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 cyan wool. Now after that, put 2 cyan wool, 4 4 white wool, 2 cyan wool. After that, put 2 cyan concrete, 1 light gray wool, 2 white wool, 1 light gray wool, 2 cyan concrete. Now up to the last row, we have 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool, 1 cyan wool, and 2 light gray wool. So 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 cyan wool. And after that, we finish the back. And for the arms, you can just copy it from here.
Always steady watching me. Every day they clocking me. Red alert, on the dangerous, I keep that clock. And I ain't looking for no trouble. I'm just looking out for Lucas solid shit. The niggas ain't talking about no cotton. Boy, I'm talking tragedy, nasty, casual. Shit that I can't even remember. That they remember me. Shit that happened later this summer.
Now that you've finished her arms and the back, you're gonna wanna start to fill out her sides. Oh, and the legs. So for the sides, just fill out with the light blue wool and white terracotta. But for here, just fill it out with the light gray terracotta. And now repeat on the other side. Now to fill in her left hand, start off with one filling out with cyan wool, and the next side with light wool, and with one light wool and a white wool. Repeat on the other side. Starting off with Miku's left hand, put one white wool, one light wool, another white wool, and a light blue wool. For the next row, a light blue wool and one cyan wool, one cyan wool, one light blue wool, one gray wool, one cyan wool, one light blue wool, one gray wool, two gray wools, and fill it in with light blue wool, light gray terracotta, and fill it in with white terracotta. And just repeat it on the other side. Now Miku's body is now finished. Now it's time for the head. Now to build Miku's head, start off right here, building two cyan. Destroy that. Put one cyan wool outwards. Now put one light gray terracotta, four white terracotta, then one light gray terracotta, and one black wool. Now off to the next row, place one cyan concrete, one white wool, one light blue wool, two white terracotta, one light blue, one white wool, and one cyan concrete. Gray wool, one light gray wool, one cyan wool, two light gray terracotta, one cyan wool, one light gray wool, one gray wool. Off to the next row, place one cyan wool, one cyan concrete, one gray wool, one cyan wool, one cyan concrete, one gray wool, one cyan concrete, and one cyan wool. Start off the next row with one light blue wool, two cyan wool, one light blue wool, two cyan wool, three cyan wool, one light blue wool. Start off the next row with one cyan wool, two light blue wool, three light blue wool, one cyan wool, one light blue wool, two light blue wool, and one cyan wool. Now off to the next row, put one cyan wool, and put six light blue wool, and one cyan wool. And on the last row, just fill it out with cyan wool. For the bottom of Miku's head, just fill it out with white terracotta. And for her shoulder, just fill it out with white terracotta and light gray terracotta. Now for Miku's side of the head, put 1 black wool, 1 cyan concrete, 2 cyan wool, 1 cyan concrete, and 1 cyan wool. Off to the next row, put 1 light gray wool, 1 magenta concrete, 1 gray wool, 1 light blue wool, 1 cyan wool, 1 cyan concrete, 1 cyan wool. For the next row, start off with magenta concrete, 1 black wool, 1 magenta concrete, 2 light blue wool, 1 cyan concrete, 2 1 cyan wool. For the next row, put 1 gray wool, 1 magenta concrete, 1 gray wool, 2 light blue wool, 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool. Off to the next row, 1 cyan wool, 1 black wool, 1 cyan wool, 3 light blue wool, 1 light blue wool. The next row, put 1 light blue wool, 1 magenta concrete, 4 light blue wool, and 1 black wool. Off to the next row, put 2 black wool, 3 light blue wool, 1 magenta concrete, and 1 cyan concrete. Off to the last row, 1 black wool, 1 magenta concrete, and 3 light blue wool, 1 magenta concrete, and 1 cyan concrete. Now just repeat the same on the other side. Now for the back of Miku's head, place 1 light blue wool, 2 cyan wool, 1 cyan concrete, and 1 cyan wool, and a light blue wool. Now off to the next row, start with 1 cyan concrete, 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool, 1 cyan concrete, and 2 cyan wool. Starting off with the next row, start with 1 cyan wool, 2 light blue wool, 1 cyan concrete, 1 light blue wool, and 1 cyan wool. Starting off with the next row, start with 1 cyan concrete, 2 light blue wool, 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 cyan concrete. Starting off the next row, start with 1 light blue concrete, 2 light blue wool, 1 cyan wool, 1 light blue wool, and 1 light blue concrete. Starting off the next row, start with 1 magenta concrete, 4 light blue wool, and 1 magenta concrete. Starting off the next row, start off with 1 cyan wool, 1 magenta concrete, 2 light blue wool, 1 magenta concrete, and 1 cyan wool. Starting off the next row, start with 1 cyan concrete, 1 magenta concrete, 2 light blue wool, 1 magenta concrete, and 1 cyan concrete. For the bottom of Miku's head, fill in the back layer with cyan concrete. For the top of Miku's head, just fill in this side with magenta concrete, and fill this side with black wool. Now fill in 2 rows with light blue wool, 3 rows with light blue, put 1 magenta concrete, fill in it with light blue, one magenta concrete, and you're finished. And there you have it, the Miku statue is finished. But as you can see, the statue doesn't really pop out as this skin does. So what we can do is fix it by adding more blocks to the outside, but by just one. So it's not that much extra work. Starting off with Miku's face, put one black wool, one gray wool, put one cyan concrete over here, one gray wool, one cyan wool, and one cyan concrete, one light wool, one cyan wool, two light blue, one light blue to the right, two light blue at the bottom, put one cyan wool, one cyan concrete, two cyan wool. Now you can just repeat on the other side for the hair. And just put one cyan wool right here. And now you have her face. And for the side of Miku's head, just make her headset pop out. And put her headband. And repeat it on the other side of her head. For the back of Miku's head, just fill out her headband. Then move down to her hair with one light blue concrete, one cyan concrete, cyan wool, two light blue wool, one cyan wool, and one light blue wool, and repeat on the other side. Put one cyan wool under here. Now starting at her back, just put one cyan concrete, put two cyan wool here, one cyan concrete, four light blue wool, two cyan wool, two light blue wool, and one cyan wool. And repeat on the other side. From here, put one cyan wool, one cyan concrete, and one cyan concrete here, and one cyan wool. Put one cyan wool here, and one cyan on the other side. Put one cyan concrete here, and a cyan concrete here. Now place one cyan wool here, one light blue concrete here, one light blue wool here. Place one light blue wool here. Now place one light blue concrete and light blue wool here. And for her foot, just stick these out here. But if I'm being honest, you can just not include these. For Miku's front side, all we have to do is put one yellow concrete here, one cyan wool here, one light blue wool here, and one cyan wool here. Over the buttons, put 2 gray wool. Off to the bottom here, put 1 cyan concrete and another cyan concrete over here. At her knees, put 1 light blue concrete, 1 light blue wool, 1 light blue wool again, 1 light blue concrete, 1 light blue wool. Fill in the sides with just light blue wool. And just to the bottom, just make her shoes pop out. And for Miku's left arm, put 1 light blue wool, 1 cyan wool, 1 cyan wool, 1 cyan concrete, 1 white wool, another white wool up here, light blue wool, put a light blue wool here, and finally put a cyan wool here, and repeat on the other side. Oh, I forgot about the top of her head. Just make her headset pop out. Fill it in with magenta. And there you have it. Your Miku is now finished. And I made 2 of them. This video took a lot longer than I thought it was gonna be. It was for a bit, and it actually took a lot longer than I thought. Don't ever expect another video like this. Well, anyway, guys, happy April Fools. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you actually are trying to build Miku, then there's your tutorial in Minecraft. Bye.